Hi guys, it's me again. It's been a while since I did a video on this second channel here, so I'm gonna do one now, I figured, and I'm gonna show you two of my favourite books that I have, two of my favourite books in my collection. I'm not gonna actually review the stories and poems within these books, but I'm just going to show you the books themselves because I think they're very, very nice books. And I'm gonna see if I can turn this flash off because it's annoying me.
Welcome to the madhouse.
Okay, so yeah, I've turned the flash off. Good. Okay, so the two books I have in question are The Raven and Other Poems by Edgar Allan Poe, with illustrations by Gustave Doré, and Tales of Mystery and Imagination, also by Edgar Allan Poe, this time with illustrations by Harry Clarke. As you can probably tell by these, I'm a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe. I got both of these from the works quite a while ago. I've had this one for, I think I've had both of these for over a year now. I've had this one longer than I've had this one. And this one is my favourite, so I'm going to start with this other one. This one cost me, I think, $5.99 when I bought it. It's rather nice. It's got a slight tear on the back of the outer sleeve, but you know, who cares? I might actually sell this one at some point because I am planning on getting one of those big thick ones of the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe. If not, I'll just see if the stories not in here that are also available are available elsewhere. Even if I do get the other one, I might still keep this one purely for the design of this cover. Look at that cover, and because it's a hardback. I'm going to take this outer sleeve bit off now because it's just makes it more difficult to show the book. So there's the outer sleeve. So yeah, anyway, this is it. It's quite thick and quite large. There's a great picture from the Telltale Heart with the quote underneath. He shrieked once, only once, which is absolutely great. This has got an introduction by Brooke Haley, and like I said, it has great illustrations by Harry Clarke. This has got stuff like Ms. Found in a Bottle, Beneath. I mean, this has got pretty much all your classic Poe horror, like Legia and you know, The Mystery of Mary Roget, The Murders in Rue Morgue, The Fall of the House of Usher, you know, The Telltale Heart, The Black Cat, The Premature Burial, The Facts in the Case of M. Vladimir, The Oblong Box, The Casta of Amontillado, which is a great story if you haven't read it. The Pit and the Pendulum, which is another good one. My favourite one, I think, my absolute favourite story by Edgar Allan Poe, which is The Telltale Heart. Fantastic. There is a 2-part video on YouTube of Vincent Price doing a dramatic reading of both that and The Raven, and I will find both the videos and put them up, and I urge you to go and watch them if you like horror, because the stories and the poem are great, and Poe just makes Vincent Price just makes them fantastic. I think Vincent Price is probably my favourite horror actor of all time. I just love Vincent Price. But this also has, as well as his horror, this also has some comedies by Edgar Allan Poe, and not a lot of people know this about Edgar Allan Poe, but he wrote a lot of comedies as well. Like, for example, there is Bon Bon, which is a comedy. Ms. Found in a Bottle, which I think is another comedy. And there's a couple of hoaxes as well, of course, because for those of you who know about the works of Edgar Allan Poe, you'll know that The Facts in the Case of M. Vladimir was presented as a factual essay when it was not. In fact, it was all made up by Poe himself. So yeah, really great book. It's available on Amazon, I believe. I'll see if I can find it on Amazon. and leave a link to that as well. Great book, I urge you to go and pick it up, and I'll move on to The Raven in a minute. So here is the second of the two books, The Raven and Other Poems. I like this one a lot more because, as you can see, it's a lot thinner, so it's a lot easier to pick up and carry. This one was also cheaper because it's thinner. This was, I think, £4 when I bought it. Again, it's got a very nice paper dust cover around it. That is a great picture there. Don't know if you can see that. But yeah, same again. I'm going to take this little paper bit off so that it's easier to show you. This one has a small tear there, look, but you know, nothing major. I love this book purely not only for the actual poetry, but also for the great illustrations by Gustave Doré. So if I show you inside this one, that is a great picture. I think you'll agree. Again, we have an introduction by Brooke Haley. Have the introduction here. I'll go through the basic structure of the book with you. This is the quite lengthy introduction here. Then we have The Raven, and as you can see, we have the entire poem in unedited form. The entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stanzas. I thought it was 18, but I had to, double check so I didn't look like an idiot. But yeah, 18 stanzas of madness and horror, which is what we love. Fantastic poem. If you've never read it, I recommend it. And then after you get the poem in full form, you get various quotes from the poem and the pictures to go with them. So this is without a doubt my favourite opening from any poem, or anything in fact that I've ever read. Just once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Ooh, scary. Yeah, and a great picture. I'll go through all these. I'm not going to read all of these, but I'll show you all of the pictures. Okay. Great picture there. That, I think, is my favourite of the pictures. Look at that. That's just a creepy graveyard scene. I want like a big version of that to put up on my wall somewhere because it looked awesome. That's a nice one as well. These are just all great pictures, as you can see. I'm going to go through these quick now because there's actually more than I thought there were, and this video is starting to drag on. But yeah, and then we have the other poems, and the poems we have are The Valley of Unrest, Bridal Ballad. Bridal Ballad is actually only one of two things written by Poe that are told from that are narrated from a female point of view. I will try and find the other one. I forgot the name of it, but I'll find the other one and put a thing here telling you what that one is. But yeah, Bridal Ballad's a great poem, as is The Valley of Unrest. We have The Sleeper, the Colosseum, Lenore. Again, sort of linking back to The Raven, because of course the lost love is called Lenore. Israfel, Dreamland, Catholic Hymn, Sonnet to Zante, A City in the Sea, To One in Paradise, Oublier a Song, To F-S-S.O-D, To F-, Sonnet to Silence, The Conqueror Worm, The Haunted Place, Sonnet to Science, Tramelane, which is one of his longer poems and one of the first ones he had published. There's another great picture. A Dream, that is a great short poem. That is fantastic. It's not actually that dark, considering it's written by Edgar Allan Poe, but you know, it has hints of darkness in it, but not too dark. Then Romance, Fairyland, To Dash, To the River, To the Lake, Song, and To Helen. And then just picture credits. So yeah, a great book. Really, lots of poems in it. I recommend you get this one. Even if you never read any of the other poems, I recommend you get it just for the pictures and for the Raven, because the Raven is a fantastic poem, and everyone in their lifetime should read the Raven because it is fantastic. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.